Hi, I'm GamerTags44 and I'm reviewing Batman Arkham Knight, the final game of the series. Let's start off with the story, which is amazing by the way. Rocksteady decided to drop the Joker once and for all and to not bring him back and to really focus on Scarecrow and the Arkham Knight by leaving it to your choice whether or not to defeat Penguin, Two-Face, Firefly, and the rest of Gotham's most wanted. Although you have to lock them all up anyway to unlock the full ending. The boss battles were not the best. It seems that Rocksteady decided to focus on making the boss battles with the Batmobile instead of just one-on-one, which is cool, but not as good as like some other games, such as Arkham City with Mr. Freeze boss battle, and Arkham Origins with Deathstroke and Killer Croc and Arkham Asylum. We should have seen something like that in Arkham Knight. But it was still pretty cool that you got to see the Joker with the hallucinations, even though that he died anyway. And they still managed to keep him in Arkham Knight in some sort of a way, like at the ending, which I won't spoil. But the story is almost flawless. The only problem is the boss battles. Okay, moving on to the gameplay, which has got to be the best of all of the games. The combat is amazing with awesome combos such as breaking thugs' arms or throwing explosive batarangs. Driving the Batmobile is a great experience. There are giant ramps over the whole city, and using battle mode is crazy, like when you have to fight the whole militia in that thing. You also get to use quick fire gadgets while gliding. There weren't as many gadgets, especially compared to the other games, and some of them you might not even figure out where they are, like the freeze grenade, which you have to go to Panessa Studios and find sitting on a random table next to one of the containment cells. So most of the gadgets that you had were useful, but a few of them weren't. Detective mode is amazing. You can recreate crime scenes just like Arkham Origins, and also detective mode helps you see your enemies through the walls and structures and see whether they're armed or not. The side missions were about 50-50. For example, Two-Face's side missions, you'd think they'd be pretty cool, but you basically just have to stop him from robbing banks, and the last one that you do is basically just you have to stop him just as easily as a normal thug. Riddler was great. There were over 200 Riddler trophies, which were about under half of what there was in Arkham City, but still, there's a lot of them. You have to do dual teamwork with Catwoman and some awesome challenges and racetracks. Firefly's missions were quite fun, too. You had to chase him at super speed in the Batmobile. Deathstroke took a while to get to, just like Riddler. Not as long, though. You had to defeat all the militia, and his boss battle wasn't that good, though. It was very similar to one of the Arkham Knights one where he had the cloud burst, and I was hoping for one similar to an Arkham Origins. Professor Pig's fight was kind of weird, but it was also pretty cool. He had to listen to the music to find his victims, and also same like Man-Bats where he had to listen to his shrieks to find them. Both of those were quite good, and so were the rest of the side missions, including Penguin's, where you have to find his bases by following the trucks with the guys in them, and then having to fight a ton of thugs with Nightwing doing the dual team takedown like Catwoman's with Riddler, and it is simply amazing. Overall, the game was great. It had a few issues like boss battles, gadgets, and some side missions. Everything else was great, and I'd give Batman Arkham Knight about an 8.5 out of 10. I'm GamerTanks44, and thanks for watching.